AITA for not thinking the joke my family played on my GF was a big deal. I, 25 meters, have a girlfriend, 23F, who is absolutely beautiful, but she does have a large facial scar. My family often jokes about it. They have a super dark sense of humor. It bothers my girlfriend, and she says it doesn't feel like a joke. It feels like she's being insulted under the pretense of it being dark humor, even though I explain it's just how they are. And they don't mean any harm. She doesn't really want to be around them. I told her it was really important to me. We spent Christmas with my family. We would all quarantine first and test, but it was important to me. She resisted at first, but after some urging from me, she gave in. She said I absolutely could not excuse their behavior if they made a rude comment about her though. We got there, and it was fine for a while. Then my mom and sister broke out their matching ugly sweaters that had my girlfriend's face all over it. They both laughed, saying my mom made them, screen printed, and it was just a joke. My dad thought it was hilarious. I even chuckled a little, because she's really beautiful, so it was ironic they put her on the ugly sweater. My girlfriend looked at me, and when I said they were just being ironic, she shook her head, got up and left. Didn't say anything to anyone. Just took her car and left. I called her several times, and she didn't answer. The only text I received was "You need to find your own way home." That pissed me off, and I called her a couple more times. The whole time, my mom is upset because it was just a joke and she didn't realize my girlfriend was going to overreact like that. I told her that a warning would have been nice, but my sister agreed it was just a joke and my girlfriend was being a baby about it. I had another fight with my girlfriend when I finally got home, and she said I was an asshole for putting her in that situation, and I said I didn't realize they were going to do that, and they were being ironic because she was beautiful. She said I'll let them treat her badly and was trying to make it her fault when it was my family who was acting badly. I said it was just a joke and that she was overreacting. She asked how it was supposed to be a joke. I said that was just their sense of humor. I said I was sorry she was offended by the joke, but she ruined the whole day with her reaction. She said that them realizing she wasn't going to take their bullshit anymore ruined the day. We aren't speaking currently, but when a cousin called to wish me a Merry Christmas and asked how the day went, I mentioned what happened, and he straight up called me an asshole for doing that to her. I don't really think I've done anything though. I didn't know they were going to do that, and really it was just a joke and I think she's overreacting. Am I really tar here? AITA, your presumptions are all flawed from the start. It's a fallacy to think that a joke can't possibly make you an asshole. It most certainly can, and it has made your whole family, besides for your cousin, gaping wide assholes. To start, as soon as your girlfriend expressed discomfort with their nasty insults and jokes, you should have told your family that she does not share their horrible sense of humor. So please don't comment on her appearance or her scar. That pissed me off, and I called her a couple more times. How dare you? You have no right to be pissed off. Your girlfriend expressed a boundary. You agreed to it. You failed to communicate and enforce it. You failed to take her side or defend her. She merely enforced her boundary that you agreed to, and in a perfectly reasonable way. My sister agreed it was just a joke and my girlfriend was being a baby about it. Your sister is a schoolyard bully and her judgment is obviously flawed. She also thought making a mocking sweater of someone else was a good idea. In short, she's a shitty character reference. She said I'll let them treat her badly and was trying to make it her fault when it was my family who was acting badly. Your GF is 100% correct on all counts. I said it was just a joke and that she was overreacting. She did not overreact. She reacted to a mean-spirited pattern of disrespect and humiliation that you approve of. I said I was sorry she was offended by the joke. Apologizing for someone's feelings is a hugely basic failure, implying that their feelings are wrong. Every time a celebrity pulls this BS, they get called out across the internet. How could you even think this was going to be accepted? Her feelings are valid and justified. You should be sorry not that she was offended, but that you and your family offended her. Get it? You don't get to apologize for her feelings. You get to apologize for causing those feelings. You apologize for your own actions and behaviors. Edit. Thank you all for the awards. You're making fantastic points. Can we also add that her reaction is not what ruined Christmas? She literally made eye contact with him, stood up, and left the house. The only communication she then had with him was to inform him that he needed to get another ride home. She dealt with this like class act, and I don't know many people that would have reacted so calmly when they had every reason to be angry, hurt, disappointed and feeling humiliated. Personally, I would have left scorched earth behind me. I hope she dumps him before now, so she can enter 2021 with a fresh slate. I don't get the joke. Explain it to me please. What makes it funny? PS. AITA. Wait. Back up a second. Are you actually saying that your mother spent money to put something you know they make fun of her for on an ugly sweater and can't figure out why she got upset and actually thinks she's overreacting? Let's break it down for you then. They make fun of her appearance, which you seem to think is acceptable with how you talk about it. It's not acceptable. It doesn't matter if you hide behind the dark sense of humor defense. It's not okay. You badger her to go to Christmas when she clearly didn't want to go. And when she did, sure enough, your family just couldn't help themselves. The joke was them putting her face on their ugly sweaters. Think about it for a second. Why is the sweater called an ugly sweater? Because it has something you deem ugly or tacky on it. They put her face all over it. That isn't a joke. And I genuinely don't understand how you think it is. Then instead of coming to her defense, you laugh too. No, she didn't ruin the whole day. Your family ruined the day. It wasn't a joke. It was bullying. Just because you didn't realize they were going to do that doesn't give you an excuse for not standing up for her. And saying sorry you were offended isn't an apology. You and your family AITA. Edit. Thank you for the awards. So what's the joke? I don't get it. AITA. Exactly. I would like for him to explain what part of it was funny. I think op is confusing joking with mocking. Apostrophe. The punchline is her face. How is that funny? Or ironic. They didn't put her face on an ugly Christmas sweater because she's so beautiful and op ducking knows it. He's sticking to his lame excuse. Definitely mocking and bullying. Even if op truly thought it was supposed to be a harmless joke, any joke is no longer funny the minute it hurts someone. And it clearly hurt her, and everyone still found it funny. It's not a joke. AITA. You, your sister, and your parents almost certainly, without question, beyond the shadow of any reasonable doubt, a whole entire family of major league assholes. 99 times out of 10. Expressions like I just have a dark sense of humor. That's just the way I am. Or relax it's just a joke are just cop-outs for being rude, selfish, arrogant, condescending, and or just generally mean to other people without accepting responsibility for the repercussions of your actions. By employing these phrases when your actions upset someone you're proving that you have absolutely zero regard for their thoughts or feelings. You can tell us that your family meant no harm and that they were just being funny until you're blue in the face. But when you get right down to it, the humor being employed was at the expense of someone who has expressed discomfort within the past and that you have failed spectacularly to listen to because your sense of humor is more important to you than the feelings of the person you're subjecting to your humor. You're a family of bullies. Plain and simple. Your sister and your mother teamed up to bully your girlfriend at Christmas. They've bullied her previously as well, and you're continuing to defend and enable their behavior. And to top it all off, you're trying to convince her that she's the one in the wrong here. If Op and his family have such a dark sense of humor, why didn't they find it funny when the GF told him to find his way back home by some other means? That's also very funny, arguably more funny. That's the only part of this story that was funny actually. Good for her. AITA. And so is your family. If this isn't a troll post, I hope she dumps you. I see so many posts like this that are so awful they have to be fake. And then I remember how stupid and terrible many people are and wonder if they are real. Op, if this really happened, this is what we think of you and your family. You're so terrible that you can't be real. AITA. She didn't even want to go with you, but went anyways under the condition and promise that you would stand up for her if your family treated her poorly like they have before. The amount of planning and effort it took for your mom and sister to make these sweaters shows that it is clearly not a joke. It's targeted harassment. They are being abusive and you're not only making her endure it, but also insisting she put on a brave face because it's just a joke. I'm assuming the reason you can't see how abusive this all is because your family has normalized this kind of batshit crazy behavior. However, regardless, you have chosen jokes over the comfort and happiness of your girlfriend. For her sake, I hope that she leaves you because you and your family are horrible. AITA, your family picks on your girlfriend because she has a facial scar. I'm interested to know whether or not your family members do their edgy comic bits at work or in public where they're likely to find other people who they apparently think look hilarious. Your whole family called your girlfriend ugly to her face, comma, picking on something they knew would hurt her, and you laugh instead of defending her. AITA, how do you not understand how hurtful that was? Your family does not have a dark sense of humor. They, and you, apparently, like hurting other people's feelings for their own amusement. She had told you how she feels about it. If you cared about her, you would accept that and stand up for her, not stomp all over her feelings. My mind is boggled by you being more upset with being stranded without a ride than you were about what your mother and sister did. Your soon-to-be former, I hope, girlfriend did not overreact. You are a family of awful people who go out of their way to hurt people. AITA, massive AITA. You might think your GF is beautiful, but I guarantee you that when she looks in the mirror, she doesn't see beauty. She sees a defacing scar, and you allow and support your family in making that the identifying feature of how they see her. By allowing your family to treat her that way, she is no longer your beautiful girlfriend. She is that freak with the scar that he brought over. A joke is not a joke if the subject of it is not laughing. You are such an R. I want to really smack you over the head with this fact. She said I was an asshole for putting her in that situation. She said I'll let them treat her badly and was trying to make it her fault when it was my family who was acting badly. She asked how it was supposed to be a joke. She said that no. Them realizing she wasn't going to take their bullshit anymore ruined the day. The GF already told him why he is asshole, but he didn't realize it or just didn't take his GF's word seriously. She said that no. Them realizing she wasn't going to take their bullshit anymore ruined the day. Good for her, though, for standing up for herself and ditching. I may not have done that at 23 and just stayed there and took it. AITA, you should have told your family ahead of time that your GF's feelings were being hurt and she didn't find it funny. As a boyfriend, you failed to protect your partner. AITA. I can't even imagine how alienated your family must make her feel. She tried to tell you how your family ironically attacking her appearance made her feel shitty, and you absolutely ignored her feelings. I hope she dumps you. And people excusing their jokes that make others feel bad with dark humor is spineless and see-through. If something genuinely hurts someone, then it genuinely isn't funny. AITA, as well as your mom and sister. No if and or buts. Your family is a bunch of bullies. Your GF should dump your toxic ass. Think of it this way: if your hopefully ex GF wore a sweater with your mom's or sister's picture with the phrase "this is evidence of why abortion should be legal" and used often, and said it was a joke, how would you feel then? AITA, hey, dude, let me teach you a little something about comedy. 3 things every comedian knows. 1. Know your audience. Don't make Holocaust jokes around Jewish people. Most of them probably won't find it very funny. 2. Keep jokes personal to your life. Make jokes based on your experiences, because a mistranslation in intent when making a joke to another person can turn it from funny in your head to "I really want to ducking murder you at the moment" in the other person's. 3. If the joke is more offensive than it is funny, it's not ducking funny. Your family put your girlfriend's face on an ugly sweater, so called because it is, with the intent of being ugly, and this is repeat behavior your girlfriend told you she is not comfortable with, and you expect her to just let it slide? It's not even a joke at that point. It's targeted, intentional harassment. Have fun jacking off next year, buddy. AITA, your whole family are assholes. She doesn't find it funny. It hurts her feelings. What part of that do all of y'all not understand? She's not overreacting. I don't understand who in their right mind will say that the girlfriend is overreacting. AITA, and your family is tar. why your girlfriend is putting up with you and your family. It's no joke if the other person is not laughing. God, I still can't believe people can be such huge assholes. AITA. I didn't even read this whole thing. I don't care how dark your family's humor is. They're being assholes to a person you're supposed to care about. Dark humor turned against other people is just bullying. Your family is bullying this poor girl. You and your family should be ashamed. Right. It's like Op thinks cruelty gets a free pass if it's called a dark joke. Dark humor is like dead baby jokes, not just being a dick. Agreed. And even then you don't make dead baby jokes to someone who just lost their baby. This was just horribly cruel and Op and his entire family are major assholes. AITA. No. Scratch that. You and your entire family are assholes. Using humor as a way to humiliate someone is not okay. FYI, jokes are supposed to be funny for everyone. When humor is used as a weapon and the jokes hurt, they cease to be funny. If you've been allowed to exist for a quarter of a century and haven't figured that out yet, I feel sorry for you. AITA. Your girlfriend told you multiple times she doesn't like being treated like this by your family. You continue to let your family make jokes about her and wonder why she left. She made it clear she would not tolerate any jokes from them, yet when they did you let it slide and didn't tell them to stop or explain that your girlfriend doesn't like it. I would have walked out too. AITA. She should dump you. Your family is awful and you defended. You pushed her into going knowing getting teased was her biggest fear and then defended the bullies. There's no future there because she would be crazy to marry into your cruel family. I agree. I teared up at how cruel a thing this was. How horrific. How is this a joke? This is just bullying. If they put their own face in the worst pose on their own jumper, I can see how that could be funny. But doing it to someone else, when they are not pulling some weird face, but are just being themselves, beyond cruel. Especially when they know from their past actions that this would devastate her, and they chose to do it anyway knowing this, says the kind of people they are. Both Op and his family are gutter dwellers, and I hope she never has anything to do with any of them again. I sincerely hope you're a troll, but if you're not, of course AITA. I can't believe that you could be so oblivious to the distress your GF is suffering because of the cruel and spiteful actions of your family. You have ignored and disregarded your girlfriend's feelings and, despite numerous attempts to explain to you what the problem is, you have still completely overridden her concerns. She doesn't find it funny. It hurts her when your family make fun of her and you don't support her or stand up to your family for her. She's not being a baby about it, but you and your family are. She didn't overreact. You and your family are bullying her. She underreacted. She should have gone home, packed up your stuff, dumped it out the front, and changed the locks. You are thoughtless and cruel and your GF deserves so much better than you. Seriously, I was really hoping the story would end with all of the girlfriend's stuff gone. He really doesn't deserve another chance after this, so I can only hope that he'll take the opportunity to recognize how awful his family's behavior is and stand up for the next girlfriend. Because, Op, even if the next one doesn't have a facial scar that she's self-conscious about, your family will find something to bully her about. That's what bullies do. BTW. AITA. Not as much as your mother and sister, perhaps, but definitely tar. Huge AITA. Why would anyone think this is funny? Aside from that, she told you how the jokes made her feel. Under no circumstances should you have subjected her to that once you knew it made her feel bad. You should have told your family to stand down and defended her when she was upset. AITA. Up there with the biggest assholes ever seen on this sub. I also hope she knows when to cut her losses and move on. She should have left you the first time you watched your family mock her and did nothing and trampled all over her feelings and her boundaries. But now works too. AITA. Big time. Seriously? You are okay with your family repeatedly making dark jokes about your girlfriend's facial scar? I hope she dumps you and finds someone who really cares about her and her feelings. And your family sounds truly awful. If you enjoy watching these videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button and like this video. Thanks.